Hello dear students, this is Sindhu ma'am. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ 30th ಇಂದ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು 30th ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈನ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸೈನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 31st 32nd ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋವಂಥದ್ದೇ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ 9 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ನೀವು ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 30th ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೈನ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸೈನ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್, consider the equation integration of sin cube x plus cos cube x divided by sin square x into cos square x dx. Okay, so here is the plus sign, so split these two terms. So what you get? So integration of sin cube x divided by sin square x into cos square x one term dx plus integration of cos cube x divided by sin square x into cos square x dx. Okay, second term. Here sin cube and sin square, here is the multiplication sign, therefore we can cancel. So sin square, if we have plus sign in the denominator, we can't cancel. Okay, so here sin square x and sin cube x, here here cos square x and cos cube, so two times of cos is cancelled. So we get here sin square and sin square, one more sign is there, so sin x divided by cos square x divided by cos square x dx plus integration of here cos cube and cos square, we remain with one more cos in the numerator divided by what? Sin square x as it is dx. Okay, so next take sin x as it is and cos square x, cos x into cos x dx plus cos x as it is divided by sin square x is sin x into sin x dx. So we can write cos square x has cos into cos, sin square has sin into sin. So integration of what is sin by cos? So what is sin by cos? You know that sin by cos is tan x. Next, remaining here we have 1 sin x into 1 sin x. So 1 by cos is what? Secant. 1 by cos is secant. The reciprocal of cos is secant or sec x. Secant x dx plus integration of what is cos x by sin x? Sin by cos is tan, cos by sin is cot x. Next, here 1 is there, so 1 by sin is what? The reciprocal of sin is cosecant or cosecant x dx. So we can write integration of tan into secant as secant x into tan x. Just interchange the position of tan and secant. Here integration of cot into cosecant, we can write it as cosecant into cot. Okay, so what is the integration of secant into tan? So what is the integration of secant into tan? Secant x plus integration constant c. So c1. So what is the integration of cosecant x into cot x? Minus cosecant x plus integration constant c2. So what is the answer? Secant x, take plus into minus minus, cosecant x. For c1 and c2 take the single c, where c stands for c1 plus c2. That's it. So this is the answer for integration of sin cube plus cos cube divided by sin square into cos square. Just I am splitting those two terms and cancelling sin square, cos square and cos square. We remain with sin by and cos by. So that term is indicates tan and secant and cot and cosecant. We know that integration of secant into tan is secant x and cosecant into cot is minus cosecant x. So therefore the answer is secant minus cosecant plus. Okay, so next 31st question. Find integration of x minus 3 into e power x divided by x minus 1 whole cube dx. Let us take this question, 31st question. So what is the question? Find the integration of x minus 3 into e power x divided by x minus 1 whole cube. Okay. So here consider the given question. Consider the given question. So what is that question? X minus 3 e power x by x minus 1 whole cube. So next, so the second step is let us arrange the numerator x minus 3 as x minus 1 minus 2. Why? The reason is because the denominator term is x minus 1. To cancel that term. Okay, that is the reason why I am altering the x minus 3 as x minus 1 minus 2 term. Okay, so divided by x minus 1 whole cube dx. Now, so integration of x minus 1 minus 2 into e power x by x minus 1 whole cube dx. So next, take here minus sign is there. So splitting or split, or you can take two terms, namely x minus 1 by x minus 1 whole cube. So next, minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube. E power x is applied for both the terms. So e power x dx. So x minus 1 by x minus 1 whole cube minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube. Or you can take plus here, minus here. Plus into minus is minus. That's also right. So here 1 x minus 1 term, 1 x minus 1 term gets cancelled. So what you get? So here integration of the numerator we remain with 1 divided by x minus 1 whole cube becomes x minus 1 whole square. So next plus minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube as it is into e power x dx. Okay. So now you know that the integral of the type integration e power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx. Is it right? So what is that? We know that integral of the type integration of e power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx is equal to e power x into f of x plus c. That's it. So that is the one more type, integral type. So here we have e power x 1 by x minus 1 whole square, one function, and is it a derivative of this function? We don't know whether whether the first one is a function or second one is a function, or whether the first one is derivative of second function or second function is the derivative of first function. We don't know. Just write e power x into what? First function 1 by x minus 1 whole square. Next, other one is plus minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube dx. So you know that what is the integration of 1 by x? Sorry. So what is the differentiation of 1 by x? So what is the differentiation of 1 by x? Or derivative of 1 by x? Minus 1 by x square. Is it right? So what is the derivative of 1 by x square? Minus 2 by x cube. Derivative minus 1 by x square. 1 by x square derivative minus 2 by x cube. 1, the power is rises 1 more. And here 1 by x cube, for 1 by x cube is minus 3 by x to the power of 4. So in general, d by dx of 1 by x power n is minus n by x power n plus 1. So what can you say about d by dx of 1 by x minus 1 whole square now? From this knowledge, what you get? Here the power goes to the numerator with negative sign divided by, so the power becomes one more, that is 2 plus 1, that is minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube, right? So this is the function here, this is the function and this is the derivative. Why? Because we know 1 by x minus 1 whole square derivative is minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube. So here is the derivative. So this is the function, this is the derivative of that. So therefore we can write it is in the form e power x into f of x plus f dash of x dx. Therefore we conclude that what is the integration of this one, e power x into the function itself. So which is equal to e power x into what is the function here, f of x is 1 by x minus 1 whole square plus c. That is the answer. Is it clear? So here I am just explaining once again. X minus 3 into e power x divided by x minus 1 whole cube dx. Make the numerator term minus 3 in terms of minus 1 minus 2 by looking at the denominator term and make look like has a denominator, and x minus 1 minus 2, so here x minus 1 by x minus 1 whole cube one term plus minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube another term into e power x. Here x minus 1 gets cancelled, we remain with 1 by x minus 1 whole square plus minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube e power x. So now it look like e power x into the function f of x plus f dash of x. So let us recall the integral of the type integration e power x f of x plus f dash of x dx. So what is that? E power x into f of x plus integration constant. So here 1 by x minus 1 whole square is the function and whose derivative is minus 2 by x minus 1 whole cube. So it is exactly in the type, integral of the type like this. So the answer for this is e power x into the function. So therefore e power x into the function is what? 1 by x minus 1 whole square plus integration constant. Is it clear? So next question, next 32. Evaluate the integral of dx by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So the question 32, the question number, integration dx by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So you know that the integral of the type, if we have the factors in the denominator, first factor into second factor into, so then we apply integration by partial fraction. Is it right? So consider the integrand. Integrand is what? 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Don't take dx by. Just take 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2. So it can be written as a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 2 by using partial fraction. So next, let us take the LCM. Left hand side as it is. For the right hand side, take LCM. So what is the LCM? X plus 1 into x plus 2. So what you remain with a? A by x plus 1 is there. So take x plus 2 or cross multiplying a into x plus 2 plus b into x plus 1. Just cancel out the denominator. So what you get? 1 is equal to a into x plus 2 plus b into x plus 1. So this is equation 1. So now find out what are the values of a and b. So for that, to get a, you must make b is 0. For that, put x is equal to minus 1. If I put x is equal to minus 1, then minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. B into 0 is 0. We get the value of a. So for that, I am taking x is equal to minus 1. So 1 is equal to 1, constant as it is, a into, in place of x, here we are taking minus 1. So put that 1, minus 1 plus 2, plus b into minus 1 plus 1. So 1 is equal to a into 2 minus 1 is 1 plus b into 0. here 1 is equal to a, 1's are a. So what is the answer for a? So a is equal to 1. Similarly, to get b value, put x is equal to what? Make a is 0. For that, put x is equal to minus 2. Then what you get? In the left, 1. In the right, a into minus 2 plus 2 plus b into, in the place of x, put minus 2 plus 1. So 1 is equal to here minus 2, here minus 2. So here a into 0 plus b into what? Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. So 1 is equal to what? Minus b, or b is equal to minus 1. So we get a and b values. Substitute these two values in the equation 1. In the equation 1, what you get? Substitute the values of a and b in 1. So what is that one equation? 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to a by x plus 1 plus b by x plus 2. What it becomes? 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to a is 1 by x plus 1. So what is b? Minus 1 by x plus 2. Now, so what is the integration of 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2 dx? Instead of 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2, we can take this term, because we just reduce this partial fraction or this rational function to this, that is partial fraction. So in place of 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2, we can take 1 by x plus 1 plus into minus 1 by x plus 2 dx. Just split these two. So integration 1 by x plus 1 dx is applied for both. Here splitting, we get 1 by x plus 2 dx. So what is the integration of 1 by x? Log mod x. So what is the integration of 1 by x plus 1? Log mod x plus 1. Minus. So what is the integration of 1 by x plus 2? Log mod x plus 2. Plus integration constant c. So this is log m minus log n. We know that log m minus log n is log m by n. So that is the logarithmic rule. Log m minus log n is equal to log m by n. For that, log m by n. So log mod x plus 1 by x plus 2 plus c is the final answer. Is it clear? So next question. So what is the next question? The question number 33. Find the area of the region bounded by x square is equal to 4y and y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4 and the y-axis in the first quadrant. So we want to find the area of the region. Area of the region means, so this is from the chapter application of integrals. Okay. So take that one. The question 33. Here I am considering the question number 33. What is that? 33. Find the area of the region bounded by the curve. So what is the curve here? Curve is x square is equal to 4y. Okay. Next. And the lines. Y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 4. And the y-axis. And also in the first quadrant. So just take like this x-axis, next y-axis, x dash, origin, y dash. So now take the curve x square is equal to 4y. X square is equal to 4y means, so this curve is a parabolic curve. You know that y square is equal to x, y square is equal to minus x, x square is equal to y, x square is equal to minus y. This is the parabolic curve. Y square is equal to x. It means it open at positive x-axis. It is open at negative x-axis. And x square is equal to plus y. Take plus y, open it, plus y, upward. This one is downward. Here we have x square is equal to y, in fact plus y. So open this parabola in upwards. Okay, and the line y is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. On the y axis mark 2 and 4. So y is equal to 2 is the line exactly parallel to x axis. Y is equal to 4 is also a line which is also parallel to x axis. Okay, so this one, and the y axis is this one. And in the first quadrant means this is the region. Here we have the line, 2 lines, and also the curve and the y axis. If I take this portion, here is the y axis and curve, but I get only one line, that is y is equal to 2, not y is equal to 4. So for that reason I am shading this region. Okay, so now we want to find the area of this region. So what is that region? Let us call this region as A, B, C, D. Okay, so area of the region A, B, C, D is equal to area means take integration symbol. From where to where? From 2 to 4. From 2 to 4. Which variable here? Y is equal to 2, y is equal to 4. Y varies from 2 to 4. For that take x dy. If the limits are varying from x for x values, then take y dx. So that is the idea. Okay. So which is equal to integration 2 to 4 x dy, integration from the curve. So what is x? X is equal to plus or minus square root of 4y. That is plus or minus square root of 4 into square root of y. So which is equal to plus or minus square root of 4 is what? 2 root y. Okay. So here I am taking only plus because it is in the first quadrant. So plus 2 root y dy. Take this 2 outside from the integration symbol. 2 to 4 root y dy. So 2 to 4 root y means y to the power of 1 by 2 dy. So what is the integration of x power n with respect to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So here we have y to the power of half with respect to y. So what is the integration of this one? Integration of y power half is y power half plus 1 by half plus 1. From what? 2 to 4. Okay. So next, here I am writing 2 y power half plus 1 1.5 means y power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. From 2 to 4. Apply limit in place of y. So what you get? 2 2s are 4. 4 by 3. Y power 3 by 2 from 2 to 4. So in the next step, how you get 4 by 3? Did you get my point? So here 2 2s are 4. 4 by 3. Is it clear? Y power 3 by 2 from 2 to 4. Now apply in place of y 1 time 4 minus upper limit minus lower limit by using fundamental theorem of integral calculus. So 4 by 3. What is that? Y power 3 by 2 from I think 2 to 4. Yes, from 2 to 4. So next 4 by 3. In place of y, 4 power 3 by 2 minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, 2 to the power of 3 by 2. So in place of y, put 4 minus in place of y, put 2. So what is that answer? Y 4 power 3 by 2 means, 4 power 3 by 2 means, take 4 power 1 by 2. Then take by 2 within the bracket, then power 3. So what is 4 power 1 by 2 means? Square root of 4 whole power 3. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 cube. 2 cube is 8. So this one is 8. Okay. So next minus 2 to the power of 3 by 2. Similarly 2 power 1 by 2 take within the bracket, then take 3 outside. Then which is also similar 3 by 2. 3 ones are 3 by 2. So next, what is 2 power 1 by 2? Square root of 2 whole power 3. So root 2 power 3 can be written as root 2 square into root 2 power 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So root 2 square is square and root gets cancelled. We remain with 2 root 2. So 2 root 2. So what is the answer? 32. 4 8s are minus 4 2s are 8 root 2 by 3 square units. So find the area. Area means the unit is square units. So that is the answer for this question. Next question, 34th question. Solve dy by dx is equal to e power x plus y. Solve dy by dx is equal to e power x plus y means we want to find the general solution or solution for this differential equation. So this is from the chapter differential equation. Solve dy by dx is equal to e power x plus y. So here the questions is come from the topic. From the chapter differential equation is correct, but from that subtopic is by using variable separable. Solve the differential equation by using variable separable. So 34th. So what is that question? Let us take that question. 34th question. Solve dy by dx is equal to e power x plus y. Solve means we want to find out the general solution. Dx is equal to e power x plus y. Consider that one. Dy by dx is equal to, take e power x plus y as e power x into e power y by using law of indices. So next, dy by, take e power y into e power y becomes divided by e power y is equal to dx. Take this divided by dx to right hand side, then it becomes divided by becomes into. Into becomes divided by becomes into. Then apply the integration symbol y to find the what is the value of y. That is the solution. So integrate. What you get? Integrate dy by e power y is equal to integration e power x dx. So integrate this one with respect to y because of dy. Here dx is there, so integrate with respect to x. So e power y can be written as e power minus y dy. Because we know that integration of e power x, not 1 by e power x. So e power x dx is, take as it is. Now integrate. So what is the integration of e power x? E power x itself. So what is the integration of e power ax? E power ax divided by a plus c. So here e power minus y is e power minus y. So what is the coefficient of y here? Minus. So take that one minus 1. So next, plus c plus c1 is equal to here x dx. Here integration. So integration of e power x is e power x plus c2. So what is the answer? E power minus y or minus e power minus y plus c1 is equal to e power x plus c2. Or you can take minus e power minus y to the right. What you get? E power x plus e power minus y plus c2 minus c1 is equal to 0. So e power x plus e power minus y plus c is equal to 0 is the answer. Is it clear? So this is the solution or the solution for the equation dy by dx is equal to e power x plus y. Just separate the corresponding variables together, then integrate with respect to x and y respective side. Okay. So next question, 35th question. Let A, B, C be 3 vectors such that magnitude of A is 3, magnitude of B is 4, magnitude of C is 5 and each one of them is perpendicular to the sum of other two. Find the magnitude of A plus B plus C. Here A, B, C be 3 vectors such that magnitude of A is 3, magnitude of B is 4, magnitude of C is 5 is given. So let us take the information first. So what is given? Magnitude of A is 3, magnitude of B is what? 4 and magnitude of C is 5. 3, 4, 5. Next, and each one of them is perpendicular, being perpendicular to the sum of other two. Each one, each vector means A, B, C. These 3, each one of them is perpendicular to sum of other two means A vector and sum of other two means B plus C. A is perpendicular to B plus C. Next, similarly B is perpendicular to C plus A. Then C is perpendicular to sum of other two means A plus B. Or you can take B plus A also. So what is that? Each one of them, each vectors being perpendicular to the sum of other two, being perpendicular to sum of other two. Okay. So what it says, we know that two vectors are perpendicular means whose dot product is 0. So we know that A is perpendicular to B means A dot B is equal to 0, whose dot product is null vector. So for that reasons, you can take A dot B plus C is equal to 0 vector and B dot C plus A is equal to 0 vector or simply 0. C dot, similarly, these two are perpendicular whose dot product is 0. So this is the information. Next sentence. Sum of other two. Then find A plus B plus C. The magnitude of A plus B plus C. So we want to find magnitude of A plus B plus C. So we know that the formula A plus B plus C whole square. So what it says, A plus B plus C square, magnitude square is A plus B plus C dot A plus B plus C. Magnitude of A square is equal to A vector dot A vector. So like that, I am writing here A plus B plus C square, magnitude square is A plus B plus C dot A plus B plus C. So what it says, A plus B plus C square. So what is the formula for A plus B plus C square? A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus 2BC plus 2CA. Okay. So according to that, we can take this one as A square. A dot A means magnitude of A square. Next B square means magnitude of B square. Next C square means magnitude of C square. Next 2AB means 2 A dot B plus 2BC means 2 B vector dot C vector plus 2CA means 2 C vector dot A vector. So next magnitude of A value is 3. So magnitude of A value is 3. So magnitude of A square is what? 3 square plus magnitude of B square is 4 square plus magnitude of C square is 5 square. So next here 2 is common. So 2 is common. A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A. So which is equal to 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25 plus. So what is the value of this one? So from this information, A dot B plus A dot C is equal to A dot B plus A dot C is equal to 0 and B dot C plus B dot A is also 0. Next C dot A plus C dot B is also 0. Is it clear? So AB here is AB, then what is here is also AB, AC, here is also CA, then BC, then CB. Because of commutative law, we can conclude by adding these, we get 2 times of AB, 2 times of BC, 2 times of CA, which is equal to 0, 0, 0. So what is that? 0 plus 0 plus 0. So the answer is 0 here. 9 plus 16 plus 25. 16 plus 9 is 25 plus 25. The answer is 50. So A plus B plus C magnitude square is equal to 50. But the question is, we want to find the magnitude of A plus B plus C only, not a square. So take this square to the right, then it becomes square root. So which is equal to square root of 50. So square root of 50 means 25 2s are 50. So square root of 25 is 5. Root 2 is the answer. So is it clear? Here these are perpendicular means whose dot products are 0. Take A dot within the bracket, then A dot B, A dot C. If I add these, we get 2 times of AB, 2 times of BC, 2 times of CA. So 0, 0, 0. By adding, we get 0. So the final answer is this one. If you have any doubt, please comment below. So next, the question, 36th question, which is also on the concept vectors. 36th question, show that the points A minus 2i plus 3j plus 5k, B I plus 2j plus 3k and C 7i minus k are collinear. When we say 3 points are collinear, so when we say 3 points are collinear, what is the definition? 3 points A, B, C are said to be collinear. It satisfies AB, the magnitude of AB, magnitude of BC, which is equal to magnitude of AC. So this is the definition. Okay. So this one A, B, then C. Then we say that these 3 points are collinear. We want to find what is AB, what is BC and what is AC. In fact, we want then we find the magnitude of each one. So for that, here A is minus 2i plus 3j plus 5k. So here A point or the point A is minus 2i plus 3j plus 5k and the point B is I plus 2j plus 3k and the point C is 7i minus k. Let us cross check. A minus 2i plus 3j plus 5k. Okay. I 2j 3k. I 2j 3k. Next 7i minus k. Correct. So here we know that ABC are collinear if AB plus BC is equal to AC. For that, consider AB first. AB vector. So what is AB vector? AB vector means OB minus OA by using triangle law of vector addition. So OB minus OA. OB is the position vector of a point B with respect to the origin. So what is OB? Here is the trick. For AB, take the final point minus take the initial point. OB minus OA. So what is OB vector? I plus 2j plus 3k. I plus 2j plus 3k. Next, minus OA vector, this one, minus 2i plus 3j plus 5k, which is equal to I minus into minus. Okay, now I am taking I plus 2j plus 3k as it is. Take minus to the within the bracket, then minus into minus plus 2i minus into plus minus 3j minus 5k. What you get? I plus 2i, 3i, 2j minus 3j minus j, 3k minus 5k minus 2k. That is AB vector. So what you need? The magnitude of AB. So what is the magnitude of AB? So magnitude of AB is the square root of I component square, 3 square, plus j component. Here minus 1 is there. So minus 1 whole square minus 2 square. So what you get? 3 square is 9 plus minus 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4. So 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 4 is 14. Square root of 14 is the answer for the magnitude of AB. So then next is what? BC. We want to find BC, then AC and also whose magnitudes. So next consider BC. So BC stands for what? AB is OB minus OA. BC is OC minus OB. So what is OC? 7i minus k minus what is OB? I plus 2j plus 3k. So which is equal to 7i minus k minus I minus 2j minus 3k. 7i minus I means 6i. Next, minus 2j as it is. Here only one j term. Minus k minus 3k minus 4k. What you get? So this is BC vector. Then we want to find the magnitude of BC also, which is square root of what? 6 square minus 2 square minus 4 square, which is equal to square root of 6 square is 36. 2 square is 4. 4 square is 16. So what is the answer? 36 plus 4, 40 plus 16, 40, 56. Square root of 56. This is square root of 14. This is square root of 56. Now let us find out square root of 56 means square root of 56. So square root of 56 can be written as 14 into what? 14 fours. Okay. Is it right? So this is 2 root 14. Why I am writing in terms of 14 only? Because here in the first I get root 14. So let us convert BC and AC values also in terms of 14 only. Then we can conclude AB plus BC is equal to AC. So next, what is AC? Next, what is AC? AC is equal to, so what is AC? OC minus OA. You know that. C, then A. Position vector of C is OC minus OA. So which is equal to, what is OC? 7I minus K. Minus OA is minus 2I plus 3J plus 5K. So then 7I minus K. Minus into minus plus 2I. Minus into 3J minus 3J minus 5K. 7I plus 2I. What you get? 9I. So next, minus 3J. Here only one J term, minus 3J. Minus 5K minus K minus 6K. Okay. So this is AC. What is the magnitude of AC now? Square root of 9 square minus 3 whole square minus 6 whole square, which is equal to 9 square is 81 minus 3 whole square is 9, 36. So 81 plus 9, 90. 90 plus 36, 126. 126 can be written as 14, what? 14 9s are 126. 14 9s are correct. So 14 9s. So this can be written as root of 14 we don't know. Root 9 is 3. So 3 root 14. So this is the answer for AC. So here AC, this one is what? I think BC. Yes, BC and AB. AB. So what you get? Is it AB plus BC is equal to AC? Root 14. Root 14 AB. Next, 2 root 14 BC. AB is root 14. Magnitude of AB. Magnitude of BC is 2 root 14. Then magnitude of AC is 3 root 14. So 1 root 14, 2 root 14. By adding these two, we get 3 root 14. Here, root 14 plus 2 root 14 is equal to 3 times of root 14. So that is AB plus magnitude of BC is equal to the magnitude of AC. This implies the points A, B, C are collinear. Is it clear? So next question. So what is the question? Next, 37th question. So this is 100% guarantee question. Find the equation of a plane through the intersection of the planes 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4 is equal to 0, x plus y plus z minus 2 is equal to 0, and the point 2, 2, 1. Find the equation of a plane, means a three-dimensional geometric concept. Equation of a plane through the intersection of two planes. So what is the formula intersection of two planes? So here, okay, before that, here is the similar question. Note down this question for show that it is collinear. Here is the similar question. So answer is also there. Write down this. Video pause ಮಾಡಿ, write ಮಾಡಿ. So next question, 37th, find the equation of a plane. Equation of a plane means three-dimensional geometric concept. Through the intersection of the planes 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4 is equal to 0. X plus y plus z minus 2 is equal to 0. And the point 2, 2, 1. Here the equation, intersection of planes means here is the one plane. Here is also another plane. Intersection of these two planes means one more plane is there. So this is the intersection. So like sheets, here this is one plane and this is the intersection of middle page is intersection of plane and next page is another plane. That is the idea. So first sheet is first plane, second sheet is the second plane, middle sheet is the intersecting plane. So we want to find this intersecting plane equation. So we know that equation of a plane through the intersection of two planes, So the equation is, what is that equation of the plane is ax plus by plus cz is equal to d, or a1 b1 c1 d1. Next, this one is a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to d2. So another plane equation. So the intersection of the plane equation is a1x plus b1y plus c1z minus d1 plus lambda times a2x plus b2y plus c2z minus d2 is equal to 0. Okay. So and also they given the point. So what is the first plane equation? First plane equation is 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4. So that is a1 b1 c1 is 3 minus 1 2 and d1 is 4. So this is first equation, 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4 plus lambda times second equation is x plus y plus z minus 2 is equal to 0. So the first plane equation, next plane equation. Next, the point is 2 to 1. Point is 2 to 1 means take x in place of x, y, z, 2 to 1. X, y, z is 2 to 1. So put that one. So to find the value of lambda, what is that lambda? So 3 into what? 2. 3, 2 minus y value is also 2 plus 2 into z value is 1 minus 4 plus lambda times x value 2 plus y value 2 plus z value 1 minus 2 is equal to 0. Here minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled. 3 2 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2 plus lambda times here plus 2 minus 2 gets cancelled. 2 plus 1 is 3 is equal to 0. 2 plus 3 lambda is equal to 0. 3 lambda is equal to minus 2. Lambda is equal to minus 2 by 3. Okay. So let us substitute. This is the equation 1. Let us substitute this lambda. What is that lambda? We don't know initially, but we find out this by the help of this point 2 to 1. So let us substitute this lambda to the position of lambda value in the equation 1. So what you get? What you get from that? So in the next page, 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4. That is the equation 1 plus lambda times x plus y plus z minus 2 is equal to 0. That is the equation 1. Yes. Next, 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4 as it is plus lambda. Lambda times, in place of lambda, what we get? Minus 2 by 3. Substitute that one. So minus 2 by 3 into x plus y plus z minus 2 is equal to 0. Take the LCM 3. 3 into 3x minus y plus 2z minus 4 minus 2 into x plus y plus z minus 2 whole divided by 3. 3 into 0, 0. Is it clear? So if I take 3 as the LCM, then 3 into this one by cross multiplying, we get whole divided by 3. But whole divided by 3 into 0 becomes 0. So 3 3s are 9x, 3 into y 3y, 3 2s are 6z, 3 4s are 12. Minus 2x, minus 2y, minus 2z, minus into minus, plus 2 2s are 4. So cross check, 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6, 3 4s are 12, 2 or 2y minus 2y minus 2z minus into minus plus 4. So 9x minus 2x, what? 7x. 3y minus 2y minus 5y. 6z minus 2z plus 4z. Minus 12 plus 4 minus 8 is equal to 0 is the required equation of a plane through the intersection of two planes. So next question. So the last question of part C is on the probability concept. A man is known to speak truth 3 out of 4 times. He throws a die and reports that it is a 6. Find the probability that it is actually a 6. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್ 3 out of 4 times. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 times ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಹಿ ಥ್ರೋಸ್ ಎ ಡೈ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಡೈನ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ 6 ಅಂತ, 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ. ಫೈಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎ 6 ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ, ಅಂದರೆ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ನ? ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ 38 ಫಸ್ಟು ಇವೆಂಟ್ನ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಇವನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಪಿ ಆಫ್ ಈವನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರೇ ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ? ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ 3 out of 4 ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ 4ರಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 3/4 ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಈವನ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ E2 ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. E2 ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೈಸ್, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸತ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E2 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು, ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಈವನ್ ಇಂದ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳೋದು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅವೆರಡನ್ನು ಆಡಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಶ್ಯೂರ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E2 ಈಸ್ 1 minus ಪ್ರಾಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E1 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಸೊ 1 minus 3/4. 4 1s 4, 4ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಹೋದ್ರೆ 1/4 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೇಡಮ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಲೈಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೆಯೋದು? 3 out of 4ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು? ಒಂದೇ ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ 1/4 ಅಂತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಏನು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 6 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಎ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೊ E1 ಆಯಿತು, E2 ಆಯಿತು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6. ಈಗ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ರೋ, ಒಂದು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ಬಾಕ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ 1ನ E1, ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ 2ನ E2 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ನೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಎ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಅಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನಾವು? ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ that getting 6 given that he speaks the truth. Probability of getting 6 given that he speaks truth ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ P of getting 6 ಅಂದ್ರೆ A, given that ಅಂದ್ರೆ conditional probability, he speaks the truth ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ E1, probability of A. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇದೆ, ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ದ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 6 ಬೀಳೋ ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂದರೆ ಡೈಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರೋದು ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ಟು 1 ಡೈ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದರೆ 6ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಬೀಳೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ? ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ತಾನೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಸೊ 1/6 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. 1 ಡೈ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ 6 ಬೀಳೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ? ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದರೆ 1 ಟೈಮ್ ಹಾಕಿದೀಯಾ ನೀನು, ಅವಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರೆಯೋಣ. ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 given that he lies. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ಇವನು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದರೆ E2 ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು? ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಗಿವನ್ ದಟ್ E2 ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 6ಅಲ್ಲಿ 6 ಬಿದ್ದರೆ 1/6 ತಗೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಅವನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ? ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ 6 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಅರ್ಥ? 1 ಬಿದ್ದಿರಬಹುದು, 6 ಅಂತೂ ಬಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, 1 ಬಿದ್ದಿರಬಹುದು. 1 2 3 4 5 6 ಅಲ್ವೇನ್ರ ಔಟ್ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಡೈಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ 6 ಅಂತೂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಮೇಲೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 1 ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 2 ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 3 4 5 ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು 1 ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತಿದ್ವಿ, ಅದೇನೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಇವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದೇನು? ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಗಿವನ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಲೈಸ್ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 2 ಆದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, 3 4 5 ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 6 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ? 5 ಬರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ 5/6 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹಾಗಾದರೆ, ಇದು ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ವಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E1 ಓವರ್ ಎ. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬಿದ್ದಿರೋ 6 ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳಿರೋದು ಸತ್ಯನೇ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿರೋದು 6 ಅಂದರೆ ಎ, ಅದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. E1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು E1 ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್, ಇದನ್ನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E1 ಓವರ್ ಎ ಅಥವಾ E1 ಬೈ ಎ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E1 ಬೇಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್. Probability of A by E1 divided by probability of E1, probability of A by E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A by E2 which is equal to, what is probability of E1? E1 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? 3/4 ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ 3/4. ಸೊ what is A by E1? 1/6 into divided by probability of E1 3/4 ಮತ್ತೆ 1/6 ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ probability of E2 ಎಷ್ಟು? 1/4. A over E2 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದೆ? 5/6. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 3 1s are 3, 4 6s are 24, 3/24, 5 1s are 5, 5/24. ಸೊ 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ by 24 divided by 3 plus 5, 8, 8/24, 24, 24 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್? 3/8 ಈಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಬೈ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಬೇಸ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ 1 ಮಿನಿಟಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ 3 out of 4 times ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ E1 ಈಸ್ ದ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟು? 3/4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತೋ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 4 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಭಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳೋದು 1 ಭಾಗ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 1/4 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6, ಒಂದು ಡೈ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 6 ಅಂತ ಸಿಗೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಡೈ ಥ್ರೋ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗಲೇ. ಸೊ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಇವೆಂಟು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ದಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಗಿವನ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1/6 ತಾನೇ ಸಿಗೋದು. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯನೇ ಅವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6 ಬೀಳೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಒಂದೇ ತಾನೇ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 6 ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 6 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1/6. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ನು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತದ್ದು 6 ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಟ್ಟು 1 2 3 4 5 ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆ 5 ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ 5/6 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವೇನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ? ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸತ್ಯನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ E1 by A ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 6 ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದಾರೆ ತಾನೆ, ಅದು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಗಿವನ್ ದಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ? E1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದೇನು? ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ 6 ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಬಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ E1 A by E1, E1 A by E1, E2 A by E2 ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫೈನಲ್ ಆಗಿ 3/8 ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಗೀತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.